You ready for What the Heck Sports? With your host, Stephen Heck.
Introducing my team, straight from the cracks in the cement, and can carry twice his weight on his back, my guy, NT.
If it's got a scoreboard, you know we talking about it. What the heck? This is all on. Stand your
And this is my other team member. What's your name today, Eddie?
it all down.
Welcome to What the Heck Sports, where we break it all down. Man, listen, y'all really thought that trade made sense.
Ship the bank. What the heck?
Yo, what's going on? We back in the building every Sunday, 10 o'clock. Like and share to What the Heck Sports. Yes, that is me, the host with the most. Nah, sometimes be having the most though. Like it'd be like crazy. Like, listen, I'm old now. And we really old out here. And I probably exposed my age. I'm 47. You see the grades. You see what's going on. So like I play golf now. Like I used to play ball back in the day, like it was my life, like I thought it was. I quit jobs over that when I was younger. Like to watch the March Madness, to go play basketball. Like, yo, I remember one time we done called this kid, he was working in the back washing dishes. One of my good friends used to come on the show, be on the show. We went and grabbed him because it was popping. Like it was popping at the basketball court. We went and grabbed him. He doing dishes in the back. Listen, quit his job just to go play basketball for the night. That's how deep it was for us. And that's just real talk. Like we used to do that all the time. But now I play golf, right? So now I'm out here. I'm hurting. It's more physically intense than you think. If you don't play, maybe you should go out there and play. It's a beautiful sport. And whoever's here today, thank you for coming on. I want y'all to please like and share and get it.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
So today, before we start the show, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the horse who won the Kentucky Derby, Mr. Golden Tempo. I guess he set a record. I mean, that's what we about. You know, he did his thing. The Kentucky Derby is a big thing out here in this world. I don't know if y'all bet on it. I don't know if y'all know how to bet on it or whatever y'all do. But shout out to him. And shout out to this man right here. Whoever watched boxing. Listen, the display that he put on last night was insane. Insane. And then Jaime Munguia on the other end, who did his thing as well. He looked real different last night. Real different than he normally looked. He looked faster. He looked slimmer. He looked stronger. But right now, we're going to introduce Ant to the stage. What's going on, my guy? How's everything going with you this morning?
Chilling, man. Just came in from that physical therapy, getting some therapy for this old ass back.
That's what I'm saying. Old people problems. People don't get it.
Yeah,
old people
man.
problems.
You know, people see me, they see me move the way I move. They be like, "Oh, you about 30?" Yeah, He woke up.
Yeah, because our body's not the same. Like our bodies are just not the same, like what it used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
And that's okay though.
My issue is, and they told me this years ago. my spine was trying to project me up to be about 5'6", 5'7". My body said, "Nah, you stopping at 5'2.5", champ. That's it."
Ew, I had an allergic reaction to being tall.
Right.
Bruh.
So so my spine curved. You know what I mean? Like the
Oh man,
pressure
oh
is
yeah,
curved. So, you know what I mean? So pretty soon I'm gonna have one of those walkers.
that happened to me too though, because of my mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it happened
auntie.
to me too because of your mother. Yo,
Oh, mm.
but you know,
Yo,
it
did
is
you
what
get
it
to
is.
dive into the fights last night?
Nah, I actually couldn't, man. I seen the display at the end of the fight with Benavidez. Because yesterday was just a long day, man. I was at the zoo all day, and then
Yo, I love the zoo. I love the
came
zoo,
in
man.
and checked
Animals
out
are
some.
wild.
You know, we had the beautiful Game 7 to check out, and then
Listen,
after that,
listen.
yeah.
Game 7. Let's talk about this man first.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about this man, what are your thoughts about him? Like, so I'm gonna let you go before I even say anything about this guy. Go ahead. When you see
Well,
him
put some respect on it.
with a K,
Yeah, put some respect on it. Because what remember we talked about this. We talked about this in the middle of the season, right? Where if if Philly gets healthy at any
Mhm.
point in time, especially that guy, it's going to be a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we can't forget that just a few years ago, this man was MVP. You know what I mean?
Yes.
His skills ain't diminished. It's just his body, he just can't stay healthy. But this is the first time where he's been able to rest all year, and then now his body is ready for the playoffs. So this is getting ready to be interesting, very interesting how this plays out.
Did you
With a
think
healthy Paul
like
George too?
at any at any point at any point him getting hurt, and it sounds crazy, but him getting hurt and being out the spotlight like he was, like nobody was really meant as Tyrese Maxey's team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like even Jalen Brown had some comments about Philly being better without Embiid at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that the pressure, him not having the pressure anymore to be that guy, it helped him play better, like without the pressure?
Right. Because when everything falls upon your shoulders, people don't want to realize it. Mentally, it does something to you if you don't get it done, right? And then that could have also been leading to his injuries too. He's trying to push himself to the limits, so he's not getting the ridicule and the backlash of them not getting it done, right? So his body probably just it was giving up on him a bit. But you know, without you know, that's an opinion. But the fact of the matter is, um, yeah, as you can see, he's just laid back, able to play the game easily, playing off Maxi rather than Maxi having to play off of him. You know what I mean?
Think
So
he's playing
it
more
looks like a
free.
different, yeah, it's a different dynamic. The way he's playing, and that's a good thing for him. It's a good thing for them because now Edgecombe could play freely. You know what I'm saying? He could play. He could learn as a rookie. He doesn't have to have the pressure of trying to act like he could be Superman. Nope. You could just settle in and figure out, learn the game. You know what I'm saying? You got like I said, Paul George healthy at the same time. And remember, this is what Paul George is. This is his second year there, right?
Yep.
But even in his second year, Paul George, Maxey, and Embiid have probably played in what really about 35 games together. You know what I'm saying? And that in 2 years. So they're still learning each other how to play with each other and at the right time. So this is getting ready to be very interesting.
With the emergence of this rookie Edgecombe, listen, your boy hit some clutch shots last night. Like
Mm-hmm.
they all put up everybody had over 20 plus points. The three of them, Maxey and Embiid, both had 30 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey with 11 assists and Embiid, they both had double doubles, and Edgecombe just stepping in. Paul George playing his part. Also, we talked about him last week, man. Mr. Kelly Oubre just bringing the energy, catching the key dunks at the right time. They got the right formula right now to honestly make a strong push to that finals. Being that the Celtics are out of the way, like, it's done. I think it's done at this point. Like, Toronto looks crazy. I ain't gonna lie though. Like, they look crazy. We gotta see what they do tonight. But back to the Sixers and the Celtics. There's another man. Like, give all props to what they done. Mind you, they came back from what, 3-1? Came back from 3-1. Are we gonna start seeing more of this? Because today, at this point, we have another three. Minnesota. What they did, right? And we could get into that in a minute. Don't we have another Pistons Magic?
That's tonight.
3-1? Oh, a 3-1 joint?
Was that 3-1? No. I don't know. That was a 3-1. It was I think they were going back and forth, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've been going back and forth.
Oh, the Lakers, Houston made that strong push without Mr. Bum-ass Kevin Durant. But these are the matchups we got today. We got the Pistons and Magic at 3:30, right? And then we got Cleveland
and Toronto
at 7:30. So, well, number one, let's get your input on those two before I double back to the Celtics. So what do you think about the Magic and the Pistons today? I don't know. Is Franz Wagner playing today? That's what I'm gonna check right now. Honestly, want to check on if he's actually playing or not.
Yeah, that's
Franz
huge.
Wagner's out. He's out. So, it's Paolo Banchero time. It's Paolo Banchero time. He's
gonna have to do what he did. Not this game, but the game before this one, when he had 40. He's going to have to do that again. Because what a lot of people are not realizing, too, is, remember, Cade Cunningham was out for like the last, month of the season? Right? Something like that, maybe a little longer with his issue. He's starting to come into full swing now. Even though it doesn't matter what happens with this. They'll go to the next round. They'll play against the winner of the Cleveland and Toronto matchup. Neither one of them are going to the finals anyway. But as far as Orlando is concerned, they might be in trouble because Cade has found his stride again. Without Wagner, I don't know who that next guy is going to be. Like
Wendell Carter, Jalen Suggs. They'll
good
figure
players
it out if they want to win.
But they're not. See, that's the thing. They're not. They would have to turn into super aggressive players on the offensive end.
What about the brother? What if they bring the brother off the bench and he come back with some Michigan shit? Like, you know what I mean? Mo Wagner come back in with it.
Don't go sprinkling that. Don't sprinkle that Michigan shit. Don't sprinkle that Michigan shit on that game. Not on him.
Shout out to the champions.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen. You don't have with that Luxembourg. You don't have none of them. You know what I'm saying? You got Mo Wagner. His time is up. It's over. Which I liked him as a player though. But nah. But they need somebody else to step up aggressively. Desmond Bane. He's gonna have to find his shot. I think the player that they need today is Anthony Black.
Who needs arms that big when you shooting a three? Who what are you doing with your arms that big shooting 3-pointers all day? Like,
you know who he remind me of? He remind me of Jimmy Jackson.
Jimmy Jackson, yeah, back in the day.
He just could shoot it.
Ohio State. Him and Lawrence Funderburk on that duo back in the day was amazing.
When it looked like all them dudes did was lift weights.
Word. But so we got another problem over there as well with Cleveland and Toronto. And is Brandon Ingram playing today? Because he was out the last game. He sat. Now we got to find out if Brandon Ingram playing. Let me go to my game time decision on his heel. I guess he'll have a few minutes if it's feeling comfortable, because playing basketball with a bad heel is just not good. That just is what it is. If he could go, I hope he can go, because he's going to make a big difference. But your boy Scotty Barnes is stepping up and becoming a big name right now, and he's showing it in the playoffs. And one person who keeps ruining teams in the whole NBA, once again, him and Kevin Durant. At this point, Kevin Durant has 2 rings, and he's lucky he got 2 rings. As far as my take on Kevin Durant is, I'm cool with him at this point. James Harden, they made the trade for him and Darius Garland to the Clippers. James Harden come here. He's supposed to take the step. Tyrese Halliburton out with the Pacers that went to the finals. Jason Tatum, man down. We see what happened to the Celtics. Nobody was counting on Embiid doing what he's doing right now in the playoffs. They thought bringing James Harden in, that was the key to getting to the finals. Not back, but getting to the finals. Because they ain't got no LeBron James to get there. So bring him in. That's our P. What has he done? What has he done outstanding or in any way for them to go anywhere?
Nothing. And the crazy part about it is I for one, I liked the trade. I liked it when I seen it. Because I was like, you know what, Darius, because it was more or less Darius Garland, he keeps getting hurt. Getting hurt. So I thought it was kind of halting the progress that Cleveland was supposed to make and take that next step. Because as you can see, I mean, Donovan, the way it looked is James Harden is
what up, D-Les?
James Harden
right too.
He hasn't taken that step that we've been looking for all year either, to get to take a team over the hump. So it's looking like they needed to just, if that was the case, trade Darius Garland for maybe another shooter or something, or just keep Darius Garland, and if he's hurt, he's hurt. Put the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands and let's go. Because that's what it's turned into anyway. They're at their best when the ball is in his hands and he's operating. James Harden still doesn't play defense. He's not doing what I thought he would do for Jared Allen or Evan Mobley, who have also not been able to take that next step, because now you got 2 ball dominant guards, right? Where you would think that lob, they'd be throwing a lob and all that stuff, whatever, but it's just not happening. So I've been disappointed with them all year. How you go from being the number 1 seed 1 year ago to now falling in that 4 or 5 slot?
And Detroit taking the step they took and then going down the way they went down, and now they back in it. It's like it's a lot of parity. It's a lot of parity, and nobody, even if you're a number 1, you're really not. It just means you had a better regular season record. You stayed healthy, and everybody decided to play most of the games. That's basically what that means at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Yo, what up, D-Les? You want to link today? You want to talk about these playoffs and how you feel? Let me know. I'll definitely send you one, or we could get you one if you want to come up and talk your shit. We know how you do. But let's talk about his man right now. Let's talk about D-Les man LeBron right now. And I'm going to not talk shit today about LeBron James. Isn't that a turnaround? I'm going to actually give him his props where it's due at this moment, for the moment, at getting out of the first round, even though it was to a Houston squad that really didn't have any offense. But him doing what he's doing and Kevin Durant not doing what he's doing while he's with the Golden State Warriors shows me something totally different about Kevin Durant. So to me, LeBron James separated himself from Kevin Durant in a whole different light. And he lost his guys. And he down Luka and Austin Reeves. He playing with your dude Luke Kennard, and he playing with in my opinion, a washed up Marcus Smart. That's who he playing with. You got a nice young squad over there, Kevin Durant. You decide to sit out games. Like that's bitch made shit.
A nice
Like you
young
could have
squad that was
easily
rolling too. They
that
was
was
rolling
rolling.
before you got there. They was on there. They was on that trajectory, and now they got you, and you was supposed to take them over. But go ahead. I mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Keep going.
No. You're right though. You're right. You right in where it's supposed to be. Yeah, he's supposed to take him over the hump, like over past the first round, which was LeBron James and not his key player Lakers. But go ahead.
Yeah, you know it. So I honestly, ever since Kevin Durant left Golden State, it was where LeBron separated himself from Kevin Durant. It wasn't like it was even a thing for the most part. I mean, we tried to give Kevin Durant his flowers at that time, you know, because of how much of a dynamic player he was on the offensive end. Then he started to become a better defender. So I was like, oh, okay, he's closing the gap between him and Bron or whatever. But his leadership hasn't gotten him anywhere close to where LeBron is. Even you could tell now the Golden State thing was just a situation of circumstance where he was able to jump on something that was already great and just make it greater, right? Because he was dynamic as a player, but he has shown nothing since. Absolutely nothing since. He's made a bunch of other teams that were in decent positions worse. Besides, well, Brooklyn was already in a bad spot, you know. But any of the other teams, Phoenix had just went to the finals.
But the Brooklyn pulled the what's the name though? Like, remember what they did back in the day when they made all them trades, right?
But the one to get on
Paul
Paul Pierce and them.
Yeah, for all of them, right? All of them, Paul Pierce and everybody. But they did the same thing. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and still went nowhere. And most of it was at this point, Kevin Durant.
Right. Well, you put three. They went and got 3 losers because of the names to sell tickets. Good players, right? But they're losers. Neither one of them. Even I don't care what nobody said. Kyrie Irving, yes, when he played with LeBron, he took the big shots. But that's easy to do when you got someone who's dynamic like that on your roster. Because what has he done since?
Nothing. He's been hurt. He's talked about the flat Earth, which there is. The Earth is flat. But anyway, going after that,
right? You know what I'm saying?
He was absolutely correct, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want to get the shot, whatever, for COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, so I don't know. I respect him as a basketball player. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be the guy to say like he's a bum or any of them. But when the resume doesn't show based on winning percentage when it matters, those stats are empty, man. Those skills become real empty. Like even the players we talk about, the greats that just couldn't get over the hump and get that ring, and most of them is because they played against that dude. We're not going to talk about him much because that starts another argument. They played against that dude that once he started winning, nobody was winning. But they still put up dominant performances and gave themselves a chance to at least compete in the finals. These guys have not even done that. They have not sniffed the finals. James Harden still hasn't been to the finals since OKC. With a stacked roster with the Clippers. With a decent roster with Houston.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant.
That was actually supposed to go. He was actually supposed to take this to the final. That was a huge disappointment. And that's when James Harden, you know, for what we call for this era, how they view basketball, you know, not how we actually view it. But his stats was off the charts. Like we can't deny what he did stat wise and how he was playing the game and what he did in the regular season. But once he gets to the playoffs, that you know what it is. It's
playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yo, that's one of my best bits ever. That's one of my favorite bits that I've ever seen, period, ever, by the way. Oh, my God, I love that. But yeah, James Harden, he became a Hall of Famer based on stats with Houston.
And that's what it is. He's putting up 50-point triple doubles. Like, you talk about things that we only like heard Wilt Chamberlain do. You feel what I'm saying? Back when he was playing against people who was a foot shorter than him, basically at the center position, and he was way more athletic. You know what I mean? So he got to dominate how he dominated in that era. And I think it was only about 12 teams at that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but he still did what he did. And listen, nobody said I wasn't supposed to be 7-1, 7-2, and I'm not supposed to do what I'm supposed to do against you. Right? Domination is what you're supposed to do. And a lot of people forget that as well. If I can dominate you, I will. If I don't, I'm failing. Like basketball, you are 7-1. You 6'2" trying to guard me, or 6'5". I'll even give you 6'8" trying to guard me. At 7'2", you can't. Sorry. And that's where the attitude comes in. And a lot of people don't have the attitude. James Harden don't have the attitude. As we see, as I take back, Kevin Durant don't have the attitude.
Right.
It's the reason why they don't have rings. The reason why they don't go to finals. You know what I'm saying? I want to take it back. I want to take it back a little bit before we do. Thank everybody for coming in who chimed in for the, watch.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
Like I've said plenty of times before, I'm gonna need that Benz and my AI shorty whipping. So keep liking, keep subscribing, keep coming in, trying to join the channel. I can't have her, son. Like, I can't have my AI shorty me. Like, don't worry about it. I'll pull up. I'll find you her sister. Like, I'll find you her sister. I got you.
Yeah, bro. Oh, man.
But
crazy, man.
Oh no, my guy. That's a red flag on the play.
Whoa. Ooh.
Whatever you was about to say.
No. Honestly, I just got dizzy for a second.
Oh, okay.
Just got dizzy.
Make sure you're all right.
Yeah. I said, whoa. I don't know what that was.
Yo, that actually happened to me, son. Like at work, from like I told you, overexertion.
Yeah.
Like going crazy, and then like, me, I drink, so I'll be stressed out. Not really stressed out, but I'll be like, yo, I gotta like decompress from the day. You feel what I'm saying? And I'll be like, fuck it, let me get my drinks in. You know what I mean? And then get up and go to work. Get drunk, get up, go to work. Not drunk at work, obviously, but but still, like it wears down your body on the weekdays over time. You know what I mean? And just man, it was tough, man. Especially going through what we was going through. At the job. Ain't no need to really get into too much of that, but we make it through every day, every week, how we do, and that's it. We just blessed to be up there doing what we doing.
Sure.
Being able to pay our bills, living our lives as we living them. So what about this man right here?
Man, at this point with that guy, he shouldn't even came back.
It was too soon.
He should have left it. He should have left it alone. I applaud the effort, the grind, the dedication to the game, not wanting to cheat it if he felt like he was ready to go. But in all actuality, he did absolutely nothing. Played some good basketball, once he got his legs up under him, but he did nothing to change the dynamic of the team. He did. Actually, I think he took away. from the aggression that some of those other players were showing. And then at the drop of a hat, because now he's out of game, right? Now they have to bring that. They had to bring that back, right? They got to turn it up again. And those aren't players that can just do that. Like they built that over the course of the season, and then you know what I mean. Then it was a dominant thing that they were doing. But then now he come back. It's like, oh, we take step back. We're spot up shooters now. We got to play defense, things like that. You know what I mean? We'll get ours off of the land, pretty much, not being aggressive. And he comes back. And for them to have to do that again for one game, it just didn't work. So I think he did more harm than good for the team. He should have just stayed out, man.
Yeah. What do you think about? I think we might have touched on this a bit, but what do you think about possibly trading him?
Oh, I've been said that.
He's owed $58 million coming into this year. 60. He's a walking $62 million guy, right?
Mm-hmm. At this point,
to find somebody. Yeah.
I seen what they need. And they definitely as Boston, they'll probably get killed for it, like Dallas with Luka, because he's the face, right? But his face is not what they need in Boston. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. He's great for the game. He don't have no scandal going on, you know, but at the end of the day, you've seen who your guy is. You've seen who the heart is.
They need this face.
They need that one. That's what they need. Yeah. They need to take the little leprechaun out and put that on. So they need size. They need size.
I mean, not Garnett. I said Garnett. Like, yo, you know I got dementia, right? Like,
yo,
Giannis, son.
Right. So, like, I was going there, right? If you could somehow finagle, but in all actuality, for both teams, it sounds good, but you can't do it. Reason why? Because for a star, there's not much room in between to build to get anything else, right? As far as growth is concerned, when you start talking about draft picks, that's why you see those big names go for like you see that they go for that third tier, right? The top guys that's like at the one tier they'll get traded for a third tier guy with 5 draft picks. You know what I'm saying? So Tatum for Giannis swap, it really sounds good, but it can't work. They probably wouldn't do it for that reason. Milwaukee would get nothing out of it if they just get Jason Tatum. They wouldn't. It would have to be a lot more included in that for Milwaukee to do it. But Boston, on the other hand, it would make a lot of sense for them because at times they had Jaylen Brown trying to guard Embiid. What? What? Jaylen Brown can't even. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jaylen Brown can't guard LeBron in a post. At 41 years old, he cannot guard him down there. So for him to try to guard Embiid, it was a valiant effort. I give him his props because most players, he was like, yo, you know what? Fuck it, I got him. Which you want your players to try to do, right? But I learned my lesson with that when we was younger, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'll guard Ron Artest. Yeah, right. Then he woke up. and this way he was only like 5'9". So you know what I'm saying? Like that's not how that works, man. So Boston should be at the point where they're ready to pull a trigger or at least take offers. At least take offers and listen to what people got to say in regards to Jason Tatum, because I think it helps them. I think it'll help him in the long run. I don't think he benefits that team anymore. It was evident. And I said that actually when he went down, that this was time for them to try to build something, just to try to start a slight rebuild, which would have only took a season. I just didn't know they was going to play this well without him. Yeah, it was just weird, man. So Jaylen Brown, shout out to him. he's not going to get it, but I hope he does at least. He deserves at least a vote for Jaylen Brown. I'm for MVP. Because nobody expected them to do what they did. Nobody. And that was dynamic and a beautiful thing. I just would like to see what he would do. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, man, like what kind of trade.
What kind of trade could you give him? I mean, look at the trades that's going down. Like we got Mikal Bridges going for 18 draft picks, right?
Motherfuckers traded their future away for this motherfucker.
I know Portland's kind of going after Giannis right now, right? But we have let's think about it. Jason Tatum is a face of an organization, so is Giannis, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does their money look like? Right? Because if their money look like this is almost an even swap if you think about it. So Milwaukee, if you lose Giannis, they need to rebuild, right? So they have to think about who's going to be the face. Jason Tatum, moving forward, could be the face. You don't need Giannis because Giannis don't really want to be there anymore. You could get him up out of it, right? Send him to the Celtics with Jaylen Brown.
But Milwaukee wouldn't do it though. And
because it's stupid, and it's an even swap at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well,
even swap that. I would give draft picks to Milwaukee as well. You can have all my first rounders for the next 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting a player that's going to make us a possible championship run for the next 2-3 seasons. Right? With Jaylen Brown at the helm and the people that you have that you could possibly keep in place, like your Browns and your Pritchards and your Hausers and people like that, Garza, whoever those dudes are, they're going to be around. They could be around for a while. But if you put Jason Tatum has a fresh start away from Jaylen Brown, so that narrative you're not connected no more, and Milwaukee could start building for him. You know what I mean? And letting him be the man in the face of the organization. So you're just switching a face for a face.
If I was Boston, there's a trade that could be made. And the team I will be directing the trades to is OKC. I'll be trying to work with OKC. OKC, I don't think they'll get Chet. But I think they could get Hartenstein. I think they can get Jalen Williams. And maybe 2 of these draft picks that they got the next 2 years with these top draft picks that they have. I think they can get those kind of picks. If they work with OKC. You know what I'm saying? OKC has the picks that and then also a Jason Tatum move for Jalen Williams and Hartenstein. Hartenstein actually is I think he's at the end of his deal. I think this year he needs his extension. I think he's going into the last year of his deal, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's going into the last year of his deal. So Jalen Williams, who has been injured for a lot of this year with hamstring stuff, but that's something that you can get better. And 2 draft picks for the next. It don't matter if it's this year or the next year. OKC got the picks to work without, so Boston could do that, and then OKC will get that other dominant player they get just in case, on the wing, because Jalen Williams hasn't been healthy. So that's a team Boston needs to look at. They need to look at them. They need to look at the Spurs, who also got draft picks and got some youthful players.
I'm not. Don't say stuff like that. Don't say stuff like that. You talking about Giannis and Wemby? You wildin', son.
No, I ain't talking about Milwaukee. I'm talking about Boston.
But
still, Boston, but Milwaukee. Milwaukee. But I don't never want to see. I don't care about that. You know why I don't care about that? And the reason I don't care about that is because Jason Tatum and Wemby play the same way on the offensive end.
That's crazy work, right? So,
you know what I'm saying? So you want 2 players that play the same? Now,
who's more talented?
Right. You know what I'm saying? But now Wemby and Giannis, Jesus Christ. I don't even think I would want to watch basketball just because that's cheating, bro. You talking about a wingspan of 20 feet. 20, no, more than that, because I think Wemby's like 14 feet of wingspan itself.
That's wild. That's wild.
So you're talking about like 25, the damn near in between 25 and 30 feet of wingspan between those two players. So you can't, that'd be crazy. That'd be
That's
crazy.
why
But those are the
draft
two
the
teams.
draft was weird. Like I thought they was gonna take Donovan Clingan, right? So I was
That's
like,
what I thought.
like I was kind of upset when they didn't because I was like, yo, this will be the best defensive squad like that you're gonna have in a long time, my God, in a long time. And they didn't take him, but they did make the right move with Stephon Castle instead, and they did right. And what did Dylan Harper, right?
Dylan Harper.
Mm-hmm.
That was why. That's where I think it got kind of weird to me because of that. I would probably, it's neither here or there, but I thought the Klingon move would have been soundproof rather than go after another guard when you got somebody like Castle, who's just like he's becoming one of the better guards in the league at this point. You know what I'm saying? But
De'Aaron Fox too, like
and you got De'Aaron Fox, so so that's why I was like, what did they do that for? But I guess it works because when you got De'Aaron Fox, who does have his spells with injuries, you get you another ball handler. Castle can play off the ball, so I mean it works. And then what San Antonio also did, which was a great move, they went and got Cornette they went and stole him from Boston, and he's a way more than serviceable center that people give him credit for.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So they did their due diligence and they got him for cheap. So that was brilliant. So they got a lot of money in their cap where they can do some things. But as far as we talked about the Boston move. All right, Tatum, it's evident they can move him. It's evident they can move him. I don't think there's a next step for him and Jaylen Brown together anyway. I think it served its purpose. You got your ring. It's time for them to separate. It's time for them to separate. But that Giannis thing, I hear that Portland is in the driving seat for Giannis right now. So we didn't get Klingan and Wemby, but we'll get Klingan and Giannis. Because Klingan ain't going to be in that deal. From what I heard, he's untouchable.
Okay. We have to see where that's going to go. Right now, what we're going to do is what we normally do is we're going to like and subscribe to this show. Whoever comes through, how y'all come through.
Hey, y'all. Please like this show and subscribe to the channel.
That is the talented but ugly face of our background. Of our producer, Mr. Jim Savage, who also has, his go check out his album. It's pretty dope that he has on savagecom.entertainment. And also we do a show on Fridays called Theories Conspired. We don't know what we're talking about half the time, but we just wing it because we all believe it. Because we just freaking believe in aliens and BS. Like, we start to drinking and we just start saying whatever we want to say at the end of the day.
They out there looking at Loch Ness monster sightings and all that.
Yeah. But we do get into it, and then we do veer off once in a while, all the time. But we do get it in at Fridays on 7 p.m. Sorry, I said 7 a.m. like I ain't at work. But being that theories are conspired, right? Like there's something that I noticed in the NBA, and I just want to take y'all to take a look at these brothers right here. This is Jimmy Butler and either his brother or his son. I don't know who he is, but he plays for the Denver Nuggets.
Wow.
And there ain't no way they're not related, bro. Son, tell me, he currently plays for the Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Explain to me who Spencer Jones is.
He's either related to Jimmy Butler or Jamie Foxx.
And they both related to Jamie Foxx, right?
Word.
Like, but what in the world? The resemblance, like obviously the nose is off, but the rest of the face, the hair, the chin, like who in the world? Who in the world made that light skinned boy? Spencer Jones. Who made him
It's
after
crazy.
Jimmy Butler? Because he don't play like him, right? But he looks like theories conspired. Who was your mama and who was your daddy? Like I need to know what happened along the gene pool. But y'all are definitely related. Jimmy Butler and Spencer Jones, y'all need to take a look at y'all situation. Y'all both made it to the NBA, so now y'all got a real rich family,
Yeah.
whoever they may be. But they're definitely brothers or something. Cousins from cousins. I don't know if they from down south. And deep down south, and somebody's sister decided to sleep with her brother. I don't know. But that's wild business. I seen that a couple weeks ago. And I was like, who? I was like, is it Jimmy Butler? Like, yo, why is Jimmy Butler light skinned and he's on the Nuggets? I just, in a flash, it just happened and it was what it was. But we out here with the BS. Like I said, everybody like and subscribe to the show. Whoever shows up, watches, do what y'all do. We're going to do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast or wherever, you know you late. But anyways, I
Just looking at something
I
here.
want to bring I had somebody else we had to bring up. Damn it,
Well,
what the hell was I going to say?
well, while you thinking about it, let's bring up somebody real quick.
Thinking about it. Oh
Let's
yeah,
bring up somebody. I got. Why you got it? Got.
I got him. I'm looking because so all right. Full disclosure, I can't see anymore. I need glasses. I'm yet to use my insurance that I pay for glasses because I don't want to admit the fact that I can't see, but I can't see.
Took me a long time,
right?
brother.
Like and it's I'm here and I was looking for it and I knew what I wanted to show, but I wanted to ask you about these guys right here.
Mm-hmm. I was going to that conference. That's why. We can come back to the East later on. But yeah.
I want to ask you about those two right there. Like, and one is McDaniels, Jaden McDaniels, and the other one is Rudy Gobert. What are your thoughts on either one? Both of them, do what you do.
Well, both of them. First off, Jaden McDaniels, people didn't watch, must not have heard of him coming out of high school. He was a problem in high school. Same size he is now, pause. He was the length. He could handle the basketball. He could shoot it. I've actually seen him play against he played against the team that had Bankero and Chet Holmgren on the same team. And he killed them. So but one thing I was super proud of when I saw what he did is he took it back to the basketball that we know. He talked his shit and backed it right up. Like, yeah, I said it, and I'm going to show you why I said it. You know what I'm saying? He took it personal, no Ant-Man. And at the time, they didn't even know if Ant was coming back or not when he said what he said. But
he lost a firecracker off the bench and Dante DiVincenzo.
He actually did something that I don't even think Ant-Man would have did if he was healthy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't think so. I like Ant-Man as a talent, but just that grit, the way Jaden McDaniels did it, I just don't see it. I don't see it. And Rudy, I mean, I'm happy for Rudy because he takes so much of a beating for just being a defensive player. that you forget how important defense is.
Yes. Like I have a
Right.
newfound respect, and I don't even have a newfound respect because I felt like he was being disrespected through his whole career anyway. But
Anyway.
now saying what he did to a two-time MVP, and don't get it wrong, Joker still put up his numbers, right? He still put up his numbers, but you talk about containment in a certain way, right? Where he can guard him personally and not have to worry about anybody. Nobody has to come over and help.
Right. He was like, go ahead, shoot. If anything, if you gonna beat if he was gonna beat Rudy, he would have had to hit 10 threes a game. If he was gonna beat Rudy, he had to shoot 10 threes and hit him. And that's what Rudy did. He made him think twice about everything in the paint and everybody else about coming down it. He watched his fouls. You know what I'm saying? And that was great. Every shot that Joker took down there in that low block, he made him fade away a little further because his hand was there for he was in his face the whole series. And this is the wins and the losses. We're not just going to talk about the wins. These are the wins and the losses. Rudy was right there. Like, yo, if y'all going to beat us, either he going to have to hit 10 threes or y'all going to need somebody else to beat us. And those other players didn't get it done. Jamal Murray, honestly, Jamal Murray showed us who I've always thought he was, which is that middle of the pack type of point guard. If he's not scoring, he's not doing anything else. I've always thought that about Jamal Murray. No disrespect to him. I mean, he is a good basketball player, but he's that middle of the pack. He doesn't do anything else if he can't score. He doesn't make
Jamal
other
Murray
players better.
Jamal Murray is I just had it right here. He used to play Deron Williams.
But I see. But even Deron, even Williams though, will get if he's not scoring, he'll get 8 or 9 assists. Like Jamal Murray doesn't even do that. Then he doesn't play defense well. It's like
no defense.
No
That's
defense.
what they were called out for.
Exactly. Then you had the other dude, Chris Brown, the who got overpaid based on one great year when they won the chip. He got paid. It has been the same since. He's actually up there getting paid almost the same amount as Jaden McDaniels is. And you see the disparity, like, oh, no way. You know what I'm saying? It looks like no way right now. But they went back and got the Bruce Brown. They got him back from Toronto, who helped them go on that run that they had. Which no, he wasn't. Was he with Toronto or was he with Indiana this time? He's with one of those teams. But either way, right? They just didn't get Aaron Gordon, who got hurt, so he was always untouchable as far as trades is concerned. Now I think they've opened up the door to say, "Nah, we'll start listening on trades," because they know they need something. But in regards, you was talking about Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. They got something too that when we were just talking about it, right? They both had that wingspan. If they really settle in where Jaden McDaniels is using his length on the perimeter and then chasing them in the Rudy on the inside, if they learn how to use that dynamic defensively, they could be a scary team too. But let's talk about real quick, because we're in that series, Joker. There was something I heard that was interesting that Paul Pierce said. If this was any other player, especially a LeBron in his prime, to lose in a first round like this, how much of a beatdown would LeBron have gotten? And Joker's not getting that beatdown.
I mean, he's not getting that beatdown on a simple fact that he literally just came off of a ring. Like, he came off a ring a couple years ago.
2 years,
right?
2 years
and
now, right?
2 years, but he's not. I don't think Joker's not the person who has the impact that LeBron has, and he hasn't never self-proclaimed himself or something that he is, right? That he's not. Like, he likes to ride horses, right? Steph Curry likes to play golf. Michael Jordan likes to golf and gamble in the off seasons, right? No, they play basketball because they can, and they nice at it. And I think that when somebody's like that, like I said, like Embiid, he no longer now has to worry about, because it's Tyrese Maxey's team.
Mm-hmm.
So now he could just keep going and averaging what he averages, and he's no longer the focal point that they're talking about. He's just the difference maker, right? Because everybody talked about Steph Curry, Dre, and Clay. Kevin Durant came and added that sauce, right? Now that you got VJ Edgecombe, you got Paul George on there. Like, you have 4 people, dude. You have literally 4 people at any given night that could turn it up and drop 30.
Mm-hmm.
We just had it last night. 23 for Edgecombe, 32 for Embiid, 30 for Maxey. So you got a 3-headed monster plus Paul George, who's been around the block twice, 3 times. So the important to me, and this is just to me, the important part about that is them trading Aaron Gordon. Because now there's talks about Aaron Gordon being traded. And Joker is just, he's one of the best, and we putting him right now, we're putting him in the top 5, right? We're putting him in the top 5 of big men. For most. He's earning top 5 big man of all time. He's earning that, if not top 10, right? So we got top 10 secured. He's moving into the top 5 due to what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. When we had that conversation about that, in regards to that. So yeah, he's you know, from what he's doing, he's moved himself closer. I've gone on record to say maybe it's time to move somebody like Bill Russell out.
Yep.
And put him in. Because everyone, but the 11 rings, yeah, but he didn't dominate, right? Like these other guys did. But that's neither here or there. That's not the conversation. Joker, he's in his prime, and I just honestly, I think whether or not he talks about it himself, or whatever, I think we need to give him a little bit more flack and for this first round loss. Because
but didn't we? Oh, hold on. Sorry, my bad. Like, I didn't want to cut you up with the nonsense, but
yeah,
didn't we say that this wasn't a regular, like Orlando and Detroit? This isn't a regular matchup between these guys. These guys have been battling for the past 2 and 3 seasons in the playoffs, knocking each other off. Right? So, like, there was something about to happen. He could take flack. The Denver Nuggets as a whole should be kicking themselves for losing when their star player is out.
That's the point,
That's where it should go.
That's what I'm saying. You playing against somewhere that their star player who is on the marquee with you. Know what I'm saying? It's Minnesota. It's Denver. You're going to see these 2 faces. And that guy goes out. And we didn't get that dominant. Your numbers stayed regular season type. Where it was.
That's where we have to credit.
You know what I'm saying? It's 20 something. Like 24 points, 12 rebounds. I'm like, if I'm Joker, or if I was Denver's coach, I would have been like, yo, Joker, I need you down there in that little block, creating havoc. I don't need you out here shooting threes. I need you down here getting 40, because that was the key. He didn't play aggressive enough to put Rudy in foul trouble. He's shooting fadeaway jump shots, trying to shoot threes, setting screens, and running the same offense. Like if you got Aaron Gordon there, he wasn't there. He needed to go down in that low block and dominate, like, because he's not him, but you have the size advantage like Shaquille had. You have that.
I have a.
He don't have the explosiveness. No, he don't have the explosiveness. No, I'm just saying, when you look at Joker, even Embiid, like, I get mad at both of them. I'm like, I get that you can shoot it, But if you put yourself down in that low block, at least to start the play, you're putting that opposite team, you're putting that opposing team at a disadvantage right away, because it's foul trouble down there. It's foul trouble down there. I say the same thing about Karl Anthony Towns. When he started to play like that, that was the difference. When he started doing an up fake and going to the basket,
Atlanta, yeah,
that was the difference in the series. Is when those guys who are able to impose their will because of their size take advantage. You change the dynamic of the game when you can do that. And he didn't do it. He didn't have not one performance like that. Like you said, not taking nothing away from Rudy, because Rudy played a hell of a series. But Joker, I didn't think he put his foot on the. I don't think he put his foot on the gas as much as he should have.
I think that I get what you're saying, but where I think Jokic could have took care of Rudy Gobert at is I don't think it was in the post. I think it was at the top of the key to the free throw line extended, because Jokic has slimmed down to become a little quicker. You see how fast he ran at Jaden McDaniels after he made that layup, right?
Yeah, that was an anger. See, everybody could do something different in anger.
But nah, he did slim down, you know what I mean, and got himself in a little bit more shape to be able to move a little quicker. He is a little faster. I think he could have took advantage of Rudy Gobert's footwork and put him in foul trouble by being able, because Jokic, his talent is crazy. You know what I mean? He's slow but he's crazy. So his footwork is there. His passing ability is there. He can score from anywhere on the floor. So I think that he should have took more advantage and pulled him out away from the basket a little bit more and got him more with the drives to the basket with the little body and got more foul trouble that way. And got him out of the game faster. That's just me. That's what I think. It could have went both ways depending on how he felt. But I think taking advantage of Rudy Gobert's footwork and his lack of speed off of the outside of the post would have definitely helped a little more. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a halftime break, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna get into some other stuff. Always remember, before we take this break, to do what y'all supposed to do out here, or one of you.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
But let's get into this halftime show, and we'll be right back in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. It's almost like, remember Chuck Willery would be back in 2 and 2, but it's 2 and 7. We'll be back in 2 and 7.
Now it's time for the What the Heck halftime show.
Hey, drumline, lock in. We don't walk in, we slide in. We don't talk loud, we vibed in. What the heck? 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 We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, step with a bounce, get the whole band clean. Gold on the brass, yeah, you know we gleam. Kick, drum, knock, made the whole field shake. Every move sharp. Yeah, we don't break. Horns hit high, then we drop down low. Crowd get hype when the snare rolls slow. From the stands to the field, feel the energy build. It's that real halftime show. No chill. Stop, cut. Stop, cut. Drumline, talk to 'em. Boom, boom. Dancers hit. Hey. Crowd scream. Hey, hey. What the heck? Hey, hey. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Hey, hey. What the heck? Hey. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Yeah. Band too cold, yeah, we run this lane. Break down plays like a post. Game from the field to the mic, yeah, we bring that spark turn halftime hype in a straight up art. Crowd on 10 when we hit that check, everybody yell back. What the heck? Sports Talk Live, you know what's next. We the voice of the game, put it to the test. What the heck? 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 We talking sports. Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What the heck? Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What the heck?
Yes, so like I said, we back in the building. Obviously, always as our halftime show. Thanks to our guy, Mr. Jim Savage, always on the what they call back in the day with the thing, the ones and twos. And I don't even know what this is. Here. What's this here? Oh, here's a little promo of Mr. Savage's album.
Yeah. Talk. Jim Savage, you late. I've been him. I'm a new Jack hustler. Yeah, new Jack hustler with a new Jack swag. Whoa, yeah. I'm the plug. I got that kush, that haze, that soft, that hard. I'm the plug. I got that oak, that half, that brick, cause I run the yard. Every day we out here. Every day we out here, late night hustling. Trapping, macking. Yeah, we never stopping nothing. Anyone step out of line, we stay with that action.
Like I said, that's Savage in the building. Check them out, savage.com entertainment, which we run off of, which we've been doing this for a long time now. Let's not get that twisted. We've been here, we've been doing this. We just out here having fun with it. Hopefully, what we want is we want y'all to understand what we're doing, and we're not in the business of following the masses. We really just here talking, right? But we talk and we know what we're talking about sometimes, right? But y'all could also chime in and let us know what y'all think and what y'all know, because that's what makes things grow, right? It's people helping people, and we're not the only ones out here. I know there's a lot of other people y'all rather follow, talk, but we like to be followed and have some conversation as well. Just because that's what we do. We all love sports. So just come and talk with us. It ain't nothing. It's 10 a.m. every Sunday. I'm gonna do my best to get it out there for, better promotion. Like I see what happened earlier. It is what it is, but we'll get to it. I know this new generation is 30 seconds or less out here, right? It's like almost like a Fast and Furious out this bitch. Like I live my life a quarter mile at a time type shit. Like 10 seconds, 10-second cars and shit, right? But nah, we not about that. We're gonna get it popping every week. We're gonna talk our shit about, the latest and greatest of what's going on in sports. Water cooler talk at your job, with your friends and family, anything, you know what I mean? It's like when you get on the phone, you call up your boy, you text your boy, or you in the barbershop, or you at work and you talking to your coworker who loves sports, all of that. That's what we doing here. You know what I mean? And just join us and share the link and come in and join us every Sunday, especially before football season start. We're going to be doing this from here on out, just like we was doing prior to this. I know I probably changed the name 85 times, which doesn't help. But we still the same people, because people come and go, and that's just how it is. But we gonna still enjoy the show. Aunt, you back in the building? Maybe he's not.
What she said?
Still he's ready. Still he's ready.
That's it.
So
That's it. Get me the bell.
Oh, shoot. So I'd just like to say, and in defense of everything, not in defense, I'm actually enjoying this playoffs. I know I probably came on a bunch of times and said I can't stand this new generation and the way they play basketball and blah 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 blah. But I'm getting, especially with these game sevens coming on today, there's a couple people who have been turning back the clock. And Scotty Barnes is one of them. Jaden McDaniels is another one of them. Um, we've got these people who've turned back the clock, like and brought us that a little bit of that ruggedness, that old school fuck you attitude. You know what I mean? Brandon Ingram was out. You know, his running mate. They basically the same size, 6'10", 6'11", freaking small forwards. You know what I'm saying? Handles, rebound. They do everything. And he lost his running mate. And they are now in the game 7 with Cleveland, who once again traded for James Harden because they were supposed to go to the finals, in my estimation. That's what they thought. But now they're in the game 7. And if Brandon Ingram plays today and he is healthy, I don't see them beating him. Just don't. Even with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, it doesn't matter. They still got Max Strus, right? It doesn't matter though. Like these guys are different, and here's another thing. And I want to just go back to how I feel about my New York Giants in the 5 years, 100 million. I'll just keep saying it 100 million times with the $100 million. I want to see progression. I want to see building. I want to see a foundation built. I want to see identity built. A lot of these teams keep forgetting. Just think about the teams that will happen. You have Brandon Ingram, if I'm not mistaken, you had Josh Hart. And that's when the year Zion came in. Am I correct? And you have Valanciunas. And you have Valanciunas as your center. And you had CJ McCollum. I think that's what they traded, right?
No.
CJ McCollum, right? So just think about that. And just think about the people that could have been, we talked about it last week, about people who could have been on other people's teams, like on the team that you like. And they traded them because they didn't trust them no more. They didn't trust the process, as Philly said, even though they had Marquise Fultz and Ben Simmons, who you don't trust that process at all. That shit is trash. That's like government cheat at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want that. Like, you want to see what your players have. You want them to build together. You want them to have a chemistry. Look at what Josh Hart's doing for the New York Knicks, besides touching Jalen Brunson after they, won a little thing or whatever. Besides that, besides his agency.
Oh,
look
man.
At what he does on the floor. Just what he brings to the table. Right? Look at what Karl Anthony Towns brings to the table. They traded for him. And mind you, Tom Thibodeau, you know what would have been a good move? They should have brought Anobi. Look what he brought to the table when he was in Toronto, right? They knew what they had. They knew what they needed for that New York Knicks team. So I thought they should have brought in Jimmy Butler, not gonna lie, because that would have just been the ultimate, like, Minnesota, because they had Derrick Rose at one point too, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah. But no, he didn't go to the Knicks, did he?
Who, Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I thought that was during the Tom Thibodeau era, right?
Tibbs had him
like
and Taj Gibson. He brought them both over.
This is what I'm saying. So you brought all those players over. They bring certain things to the table to help you win. And Tom Thibodeau knows how to win, and he knows how to get the most out of his players. Now, let's get to it's something I want to start exploring again. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back in time to when we used to do it. I want to get to.
Now get ready for love, hate, or date it.
Oh,
So, who do you want to see get a ring first out of these people in the 2026 playoffs at this point? We got Paul George, James Harden, or Embiid. Who do you think, it's in your opinion only, who do you want to see get a ring and or deserves it more at this point in his career? And obviously, when Paul George gets one, James Harden's gonna get. I mean, Embiid's gonna get one. But who would you like to see get one first?
Embiid. Because Embiid, the same team, ain't crying about the process. Only thing that's been really holding him back is health for himself. And then he's always welcome whoever they brought in. He never asked for certain players. He just said, listen, whatever you bring in, we're going to try to win here. And this is going to be, we're going to trust the process. I'm going to trust management. So Embiid, he's laid it all out for one team. So he's the one, he's out of that three, I would like to see him get a ring first.
Say obviously that comes with Paul George, but
that comes with Paul George. But then at the end of the day, if he wasn't on that team too, I would rather see Paul George with a ring before I seen James Harden with a ring. Paul George, another guy, been put in certain situations and he's always gone about it business as usual. Only thing that's also held him back, injury, right? He's went through
that weird one in the Olympics, right?
Right. Where we thought it was over for him. You know what I'm saying? And he went through the gauntlet of being heartbroken by LeBron and couldn't get past him. And then went over to the Western Conference and figured out you wasn't going to beat Golden State. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Then he went to the Clippers at the request of not him, but at the request of Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? At the request of Kawhi Leonard, he went to the Clippers and still tried to work it out. You know, only thing I think Paul George takes his beating, which is something that wasn't his fault because of the trade. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade, where they're like, you gave up all of this for him, and he gets a lot of flack because of that trade. But James Harden, not to say he doesn't deserve a ring, but I could really care less if he got one or not. You had your opportunity as the best player. You've requested certain players to come play with you. Houston went and got them and still couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? You requested to go to Brooklyn. They got you over to Brooklyn. You complained, said he's out of shape, and just still couldn't get it. You still couldn't work it out. Excuse the sounds of New York City in the background.
He was worried about little baby, wasn't he? Ain't him and little baby like best friends?
Right. One of those dudes, I don't know if it's little baby. One of them. Right.
He's part of Magic Johnson's son's crew. He part of one of them. He just don't show it like everybody else. He part of them. That's the leader.
Excuse me, sorry. So, give me 1 second.
Get your eat on. Get your drink on.
You can't forget. I'm diabetic. I got it.
Yeah, no, for sure. As I say, I ain't know what's the name.
But James Harden, I don't care if he gets a ring or not. So his legacy is going to be just like the Tracy McGrady's of the world, the Chris Pauls of the world. You know what I mean? He's going to be like those guys, where everyone is giving you everything that you wanted and you still couldn't get it done. That's why I hate when I hear those arguments about him being one of the top shooting guards
of all time. No.
And somebody actually put him above Allen Iverson. I'm like, wait, what, are you stupid or something?
You wildin'.
Are you stupid? Are you stupid? I heard, who was it? Patrick Beverly said that James Harden is better than
He's a trendsetter.
Than what's his name? Dwayne Wade. Are you stupid or something?
What? And what? Yeah. And what world? Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't care. And listen, I'm not none of us on here have Smith the Patrick Beverly career, right? We didn't. It is what it is. But we talking about what we watched and what we like. You watching this shit. I don't care what you went up against.
Mm-hmm.
Watching them torch you. So if you call yourself one of the best defenders, we're watching them torch you. And I'm telling you, Dwayne Wade torched you.
It was like Dwayne Wade in that 2006 playoffs was better than James Harden in any playoffs he's ever been in. And not even in that playoff, in that finals run. And that NBA finals. And no, honestly, that player, because what he did to
period.
To what he did to Baron Davis and them, like, yo, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And Dwayne Wade did it without complaining. He played the game. Only time that he left is when he felt he was being disrespected. He was being disrespected financially by Pat Riley and them. They wasn't paying him after he took pay cuts because of LeBron and Chris Bosh, and they still didn't pay him.
I got a question. Where Dwayne Wade go to school at in college?
Marquette.
Where James Harden go to school at?
Arizona State.
Yeah. You see how you said though?
Mm-hmm.
Chad, think about it.
Definitely.
You didn't have to think about Dwayne Wade because he made his impact then
in college. Mm-hmm.
And we knew, and he came to the NBA and kept it rocking. He got a ring without the king, right? Like he got a ring without the king.
He taught the king how to win.
Kevin Durant, exactly. He did LeBron James did the Kevin Durant, right? He came to somebody who won already to get something. Not saying
Kevin Durant
beat
did
Dwayne.
LeBron James.
And Kevin Durant did it to LeBron James. He went to somebody he could beat. You know what I mean? So, because that was the Celtics move. That was the Celtics. He couldn't beat the Celtics. So he decided to join Dwayne Wade. But in turn, you didn't go to the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 finals for yourself in the Miami Heat. You turn around and lose to the Spurs. You turn around and lose to the Mavericks. You didn't run the table. You didn't. It is what it is. You lost to Jason Terry and J.J. Barrera. Dwayne Wade cemented his legacy before him by winning a ring as he did. Mm-hmm. All you did was do what Kevin Durant did for Steph Curry. And what's the name? What they won? They won one, right? They won one together.
Who?
Two, because OKC and San Antonio Spurs. They won two.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant won two with the Warriors.
Which I don't even say they won two. They won one and got gifted the second one. They got gifted the
Miami Heat team. Miami, because Tim Duncan did miss those. Number one of them. No, wait, that was the second one. That was the same thing. With Tim Duncan missed them little bunnies.
No, but remember, in that game 6, the series was over. The game was over. So we thought Popovich took Tim Duncan out the game, and that's when LeBron missed the free throw. They got the offensive rebound, kicked it out to Ray Allen. If Tim Duncan is in that game, that rebound does not get hit. It doesn't get grabbed by anyone other than Tim Duncan. At that point of the game. So
as great as a coach Popovich is, always never going to go not top 3 greatest coaches of all time, right?
Mm-hmm. He thought it was over. He didn't see that happening. The March Madness about to happen in June.
So is this a testament to Tom Thibodeau? And it's a testament to Tom Thibodeau.
No, hell no, because Tibbs.
Don't take him out the game. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Right now, but not at up 17. But yo,
I know. Yeah.
oh, I can't wait till we go back to the Eastern Conference. But back to that to the love hated data. Let's get rid of that real quick. Yeah. So Embiid, Paul George, James Harden. That's the order.
Hate him.
That's the order.
Yeah,
if he, like I said, if he got one, I would not care at all.
Me, I'm gonna hate the James Harden. Obviously, I'm a James Harden hater. It just is what it is.
That's why
I'm
you
gonna
put his
go
name
Paul
in there in
George.
the first place.
Exactly right. But he is one of the OGs that he is one of the OGs still in the game that don't have a ring that is in the playoffs. I don't want to call Luka Doncic. I don't want to put him in that yet. I just don't think his tenure hasn't been here long enough. And I think he might be on par with Embiid, but I had to put Embiid in there because Embiid has been through a lot.
Right.
He's been through a lot. Yeah, I mean, and his story is a little, for me, better than anybody else right now. Paul George for me is a love. I love to see Paul George get his ring. Obviously, that's connected to Embiid, but I'd love to see him get his ring first. I've been a Paul George fan for a very long time. Obviously, he had to go through the Reggie Millers, the Patrick Ewings, the Gary Paytons, John Stockton era, like where his nemesis was LeBron James, as we said. DeMar DeRozan also fits into that, right? He fits into that because him and Kyle Lowry, they had the duo. That was a pretty goddamn good duo at that point, at that time. But Paul George, to me, I've always loved his game. One of the best two-way players I've ever come across, especially when he was with Indiana. He could lock up on defense, full court. It don't matter. He could pass, he could shoot, the rebound. He'll dunk on you, hit the three. It doesn't matter. His game is all over the place, and it's solid. You know what I mean? And it always been solid. Too bad he didn't come up with his running mate, Danny Granger, because I think that would have been crazy work.
Yeah.
If he could have stayed healthy. You know what I mean? But Paul George for me is the love. Obviously, Embiid, like I said, his story, just a little, the injuries, the process, Tyrese Maxey taking over his team. And then obviously, like I said, I already gave my hate. So let's talk about going back to what you were talking about with Cat changing the game against the Atlanta Hawks in that series when the Atlanta Hawks were clearly in control of that series. So who do you think is more important to the Knicks squad at this point? Knowing that, is it Jalen Brunson or is it Karl Anthony Towns?
That's a difficult one, and reason being is because what Brunson brings to the table, I don't think they have anyone else that can do what he does. But still, I really don't. They need them both, but in order to dominate, Karl Anthony Towns has to be the focal point. He has to be, because Karl Anthony Towns is the one that ultimately, most times, is going to have some sort of mismatch. He's going to create the havoc. Jalen Brunson is never going to have really a mismatch because Jalen Brunson is playing against guys that are his size, maybe stronger, maybe faster, right? He just manages to find ways to score because he's crafty. But Karl Anthony Towns is the one that's, when he's rolling, you got big men that got to come out there and chase him off that three-point line, and then he can go by them, or he can go to the post and go to work when he gets ready, when he's aggressive. So I think he's the more important part, but they can't get anywhere without Jalen Brunson doing what he does. But
So
before we go
right.
to that next part about it, real quick, let me just, you know what? I'll save that. I got my what the heck moment. Go right on ahead.
So first
Real quick.
off,
At the end,
you
at
know,
the end, at
we're
the
gonna
end, at the end. I got it.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
there goes my
But
boo. Just letting
yeah,
y'all know
yeah.
we in the building. I think Carl Anthony Towns has been disrespected since Minnesota.
Right.
Obviously, you know, he's been called part of the agency. When he's showed feminine ways, yes, but he has not showed any gay tendencies. Feminine ways and gay tendencies are two totally different things. Josh Hart grabbed Jalen Brunson's nuts and or asshole on the stage. Let's just keep it a buck in front of the world to see while he was trying to hold up a trophy. Carl Anthony Towns has just been a little girly. And there's a lot of guys out there who do have those tendencies. Doesn't mean that they part of the agency. But displaying it on national TV for everyone to see, Mr. Josh Hart, for me and you are part of the agency. But anyway, I'm going to go with Carl Anthony Towns being the more important piece due to the fact that he's very versatile and he showed it. I know nobody could do what Jalen Brunson is doing for that squad. But like you talked about before, about the way that he controls the ball, he controls the offense. It's James Harden like, in a sense. You know what I mean? You can't dribble down the shot clock. So nobody could really get in a rhythm. Once they were able to go through Carl Anthony Towns, I mean, he had a triple double his first playoff triple double. It might like, you know what I'm saying? And they won the game. He literally single-handedly have brought them back into this and won the series. Single-handedly. Being that they decided to play through him and not Jalen Brunson. I think he might be the key to them actually, but you got Embiid in the way right now. Getting to the championship.
Yeah. This is getting ready to be tough. Like it
is. It's getting ready to be real tough. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get real crazy, dog. Like,
because then you got to remember too, right now, this is so evenly matched. Because all right, on one hand you got Jalen Brunson, on the other end you got Tyrese Maxey.
Yes.
Right. Then you got Carl Anthony Towns. Then you got Joel Embiid. Then you got OG Anunoby. Oh damn, we got Paul George. Then you got Mikal Bridges. Oh god, we got Kelly Oubre.
Yes.
No, I mean, so this is gonna be very, very interesting, bro.
Is this the championship?
One of these two teams are going to the finals.
Exactly. One of these two teams going to the finals. Like, it is. It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying? One of these two teams are going to the finals, and it's not to discredit anybody else, but these two teams just have way too much. They just have way too much. Only thing, Mike Brown is going to have to really coach.
And he can't.
That's what's going to be the dictator of this matchup.
And he can't.
How good is he going to do with end game decisions, end game schemes, and changing, seeing things that seeing how things are turning out in regards to what he does normally, and if he can make those adjustments. That's what it's going to be. Nick Nurse is going to do it. He always does.
The biggest thing to me is when it comes to Carl Anthony Towns, you have to bring Embiid out. And Karl Anthony Towns has to be the best big 3-point shooting man in the league because he's going to have to hit on average 3 3-pointers per game, average, to bring him out in order to be effective against Embiid at this point. Like when they match up.
And there's gonna be a little bit of it's gonna be a little get back for somebody on that Philly roster. Quentin Grimes, punch the New York Knicks.
Yes. Yo, he almost made that dunk last night.
Oh, that would have been nasty.
Yeah, he'd have made that. That would have been nasty. It would have been nasty.
That would have been nasty. That would have probably been the second best dunk of the playoffs.
Who was the first?
The first one, who got posterized? Jalen Duren got posterized real bad.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't even see that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was Jalen Duren. He got posterized real bad. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little get back for that. You know, a lot of trash talking I'm gonna see, but though even the benches are kind of all right. Then you got Mitchell Robinson, you got Andre Drummond, where Mitchell Robinson is a monster on the offensive glass, but Andre Drummond is a monster rebounder, period. You're gonna get that matchup.
That's what. So I think that's where I was thinking. Honestly, thinking last night where the matchups lie, right? Because Embiid is going to have a problem, and Andre Drummond is going to have a problem because those guys are Mitchell Robinson. Well, Mitchell Robinson's going to have an issue with Embiid, right? He's got a huge issue with Embiid. He can't guard him. Period.
No way.
But then it comes down to Karl Anthony Towns and Kelly Oubre or Paul George. They both play in the same position, basically 3 and 4.
It depends on what the matchups look like. But see, I think Kelly Oubre is going to get the first matchup. I think with Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I've watched Kelly Oubre play for a while. He was on the Washington Wizards. And where's like
if Towns play aggressively, he has no shot.
Kelly Oubre has no shot.
Yeah, if Towns plays aggressively,
he doesn't have one. He doesn't have one defensively.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He does have a mismatch offensively.
But you got to think about what that mismatch means. Kelly Oubre don't have plays called for him, so that's not really a mismatch, right? Kelly Oubre he'll have good games where he'll get open shots and he'll slash and do the dirty work that'll get him baskets, but they're not calling plays for him to create a mismatch. With Towns is going to get the ball to create a mismatch. So that's the difference. I know what you're saying. When Kelly Oubre get it, then y'all better chalk it up because the boy could shoot it. Y'all better get out there to him. He slashes. He can play under the basket.
Don't you think what you said when you said Nick Nurse is going to coach and Mike Brown is not? So don't you think if he sees that and knows Kelly Oubre's potential, which we've seen back in the day, don't you think he might draw up a little bit more, couple plays for Kelly Oubre to be more involved in the offense and take advantage of that to try to get Karl Anthony Towns in trouble?
If he's smart,
instead of sitting back. Yeah.
If he was smart, he'll come out. If I was him, if I was Nick Nurse, I would come out the gate. Telling Kelly Oubre to be aggressive. Depending if they start Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns together, I would tell him out the gate, Kelly Oubre, whenever you touch it, go right at him. Whenever you touch it, go right at him. Or whoever Karl Anthony Towns is guarding, go right at him. That's what I would tell him. Like, we got Embiid, we got Tyrese Maxey, we know where the offense is. But when you touch the ball, look at the basket first. Don't think about running nothing else. Look at the basket and be aggressive, so we could try to get at him a little bit. And even if you don't create a foul, you don't get a basket, just make him work. Don't give him no relaxation on that defensive end. So that's what I would do if I was Nick Nurse. So that's where the matchups lie. It's going to be interesting to see who takes advantage of what and when. But there's a lot of firepower on both ends, because then you even got like Deuce McBride and Jose Alvarado who are going to get their minutes. But then Philly Edgecombe. We ain't even mentioned him yet.
Like, we mentioned him, but we ain't mentioned him because that
we
dude.
We mentioned him early, but Mikal Bridges,
it's a rookie. Problem.
You ain't got time to be going 2 for 13 and none of that. You ain't got time for that.
Problem. Like,
we didn't even mention him yet. That's crazy.
Go.
That boy got horsepower, man. And when I see him, I said this to somebody before, like when he got drafted and they was, comparing players, I'm like, y'all don't even see the player that he's really should be compared to, because the way he can go. I see Dwayne Wade when I see that boy. That boy could go. I mean, he could take over. He's shown that he can take over games or attempt to take over games, and it doesn't look bad. Right? Mm-hmm. He's still figuring it out. He's still only a rookie. But that boy could go. So
he's in a different. He's going to be the future. He's going to definitely be the future. Him and Tyrese Maxey are going to be the one to, and Embiid, because Embiid's 32. Like, Embiid's 32. We talking about the injuries he's had.
Yeah, and that's turning into Brook Lopez soon.
That's why he's faded to black. Nah, he ain't gonna turn into Brook Lopez. Well,
that's what I'm saying. In a minute,
you're not right. In a moment, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it could be along the lines of that. I just think his talent is a little bit more than that.
No, it's better. I'm just talking about the way these two guys are starting. The way these two guys, and if they do it right, the pressure it'll become easier for Embiid to set screens and pick and roll, not even pick and roll, pick and pop, where he's stepping out to the 3-point line and creating space, because he can shoot it for Maxey and Edgecombe to do their thing in regards to attacking the basket. Not saying that Embiid's skill set is diminishing. It'll probably just be better suited in a minute, especially depending on how they draft a little bit.
His age and his health.
Is if you wanna have him healthy and building on what they have, the best thing for them to do is, as he gets older, not now, because I honestly think, like I said, the winner of this series is going to the finals.
I think so too. This is tough. I don't think Detroit can match up well. I don't think Orlando will match up well. I don't think Toronto will match up well. And I'm skeptical if Cleveland wins. Like I said, we got the James Harden effect. That motherfucker can't win shit. He is not good in the clutch. There was a key moment in that Toronto game where James Harden had a shot. I think maybe it was 10 feet away from the basket, bro. Like 8 to 10 feet away from the basket. And it was a little jumper where the dude hit the floor and he was wide open and shot the ball. So then it just hit the front of the rim.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all the motherfuckers out there who's conspiracy theorying with the magnets and all of that. James Harden, 8 feet away, hit the front of the rim. No, that's called motherfucking nerves. It ain't called a magnet, bitch. It would have went in then.
Right.
It would have went in.
Because he makes that shot. He makes that shot in the regular season and in the first quarter of the playoffs all the time.
9 times out of 10. But what happened to the can we go back to the game winner? Can we address the game winner with Toronto?
Oh man. They got magnets, bro.
This wouldn't have been there. Because it would have been there because they got magnets, right?
They got magnets, bro.
Yo, no, we've had that bounce before. Everybody's had that bounce once, twice in their life, son.
More than once. And listen, man, that's what happened. That's why when you shoot, you put a spin on the basketball, because if it hits the rim, the spin will bring it back. You know what I'm saying? He shot the ball perfectly. It was supposed to drop straight through. It just wound up hitting the rim, bounced straight up, came right back down. But first of all, to Detroit, I mean, Toronto wasn't even supposed to be in the game. The game was supposed to have been over anyway.
Listen, no, it's just so bad. Like, this is what I mean about clutch. You know what I mean? About people who can't get it done. And this is what separates your stars from your superstars to your good players and all-stars and your bench players. My dude's a Lakers fan at work, right? And he said Luke Kennard was doing his thing the first couple games. I said, dude, it's not sustainable. That's why he's a bench player.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sustainable for Luke Kennard in the NBA to drop 20 points a night, my guy.
Right.
He's just not good enough. It's not sustainable for him. And that's why he's always been a bench player. And these are what, and a lot of people don't get that. Yes, you made it to the NBA. Yes, you're a great player when you make that squad. Like, and you sustain a career. You're able to have a career. 12 years, 10 years, 8, 15 years. Whether you're coming off the bench or not, you made a career for yourself.
Right.
What is, we always say, especially nowadays, there's levels to this. There's levels. And that's what you have. Your Steph Currys, you have your LeBrons, you have your Michael Jordan, you have your Shaquille O'Neal, your Kobe Bryants. You have all these other people who have done this every day in and day out, for the duration of the seasons and the playoffs. Talk about 100 games sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And they continue to average 25 to 30 points, 32, whatever you need. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at this point is on that level at this moment. No matter what's happening, regular season, playoffs, I'm going to hit you with the no delay. So what you saying, yo? No matter what. And that's the difference between a superstar, an all-star, and you. You know what I'm saying? Like the Luke Kennards, the Marcus Smarts, the and I was just telling him that. Like I just said that just like that. And he was like, you're right. You know what I mean? Because he's not supposed to sustain that. He's supposed to come off the bench and give you 10. He's supposed to give you 12. On a hot night, if somebody's hurt, he's supposed to give you 15 to 20. Because he was a first, Luke Kennard to me, I think he was the first pick in the draft, right? Not the first pick, but a top first round pick.
Yeah, he was.
So
coming out of Duke.
Yeah. So you're talking about somebody who is good. He's a good player. Like, I can't go out there and beat. You know what I'm saying? But you're talking about somebody who's it's just not there amongst his contemporaries.
Right.
So that goes back to what LeBron is doing at this age, to be able to get them guys to play to a certain level, for him to be able to do what he's doing, and to where Kevin Durant is a piece of shit. Just to go back to that. Right? To the moment.
Right. This nigga catching strays. KD catching strays all day.
No, because it's trash. Because, it's trash, yo. I have nothing for him anymore, dog. Like, I have nothing for him. I think,
and it's bad because he's getting a year older, and it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. So now, the end. But I don't want to get off track with it, but yeah, he's coming to an end. So he has to find himself on a roster where he's not looked at as the number one. He has to be like a number 3 now. Like, he got to be what Paul George is on Philly now. That's what's going to have to happen. But back to your original statement in regards to bench play and players like Luke Kennard sustaining what they what he put forth, because it was a hell of a game. But you don't look for that for those guys when you doing when you're looking at the scouting report, it's just like you said. You look at what he brings to the table, and you try to stop him from getting to that point where he might be able to have that explosive game. Now, Austin Reeves, Luka, like those guys, they're going to come out aggressive. They're supposed to get 20 plus a night. If you could get 20 from Luke Kennard, he's had a great game. He's done more than what you asked him, what you've needed of him. Right? So, yeah, those type of players. Then, because if he has 20 today and then he has 8 tomorrow, you can't even give him no slander. That's what he's supposed to do. It's not made for him to have those kind of games. He's not in the NBA because of that. He wasn't drafted to have 20 a night. They know that. He's drafted to shoot the ball wide open, create a few plays. Like I said, if he has one of those explosive shooting nights, good. But if you don't, it ain't his fault they lost.
Like crazy work. He's not even your coach.
No.
And if I'm not mistaken, like you could tell me better than I can. They were kind of on par in college.
Who? Luke Kennard?
Luke Kennard and JJ.
Oh, JJ Redick?
Nah.
JJ was different, man.
He was different. But we talk about like their careers, right? And college careers, like where he ranks amongst Duke players as far as like points and like all of that stuff. I don't know. Like I'm deferring JJ, to you at this point.
Nah, JJ is number 1 in scoring that Duke.
Okay.
He's
not even Jason Williams.
Nah. Luke Kennard only played 1 year.
Oh, okay. That's where I got twisted. My bad.
He only played 1 year. JJ played all his.
I stay out the business sometime.
Yeah, he played all of his, and he, JJ come out. Some of those, like I'm saying this on on not national television, but on YouTube. What the heck sports? I'm letting people know this now. I'm telling people this right now. I've liked Duke since like 1989, 1990. I have not rooted for one Duke player more than I've rooted for JJ Redick.
No Shane Batty? No
Nope.
Carlos Boozer?
Nope.
No Jason Williams?
Nope.
Like we could go down to what? Sheldon Williams?
Nope. Kyrie Irving?
Wait, what's
nope.
Y'all did have Sheldon Williams, right? No, Kyrie Irving was a bust. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Nah, he wasn't a bust because when he played, he was dynamic. He just didn't play.
How many games did he play?
13.
This is what I'm saying. So to me, that's a bust. Like I'm straight.
A lot of people.
Some games.
A lot of people give me flack when I bring that up in certain forums because I always say they're like, "Oh, Kyrie Irving." I'm like, Kyrie Irving is not even the best Duke guard. Jay Williams is the best Duke guard.
Exactly. Jay Williams is. Hurley, Bobby Hurley.
He falls behind them two easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He falls behind them two as far as what happened.
He might fall behind somebody else, a couple other people, but that's just on the strength of he didn't play. My God, you played and you got drafted on your upside once again. Right. Like people getting drafted on their upside, and I get it. He hit the game-winning shot and the played with LeBron James and but what, like you said, Janet Jackson, what has he done for me lately? What the fuck have you done since you've been released from Cleveland and hit that shot?
That's what
you've just been the best ball handler, and you haven't really even been that.
That's where people go crazy, where they look at someone's NBA career and shoot down a college career, and like, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. You got to break it down for where they are. Like I tell people all the time, once players leave Duke and go to the NBA, don't talk to me about them no more. I rooted for them at Duke. Unless they go to the Lakers, I rooted for them at Duke. Don't talk to me about them no more.
Like Chris Webber was never my favorite player after Michigan.
Right. Yeah, don't give me that. Oh, JJ Redick wasn't shit in the NBA. No Duke players. I don't want to hear that. When they was at Duke, This is what they did at Duke, and that's when I
Mm-hmm.
rooted for him. But just goes to show, yeah, JJ Redick was my favorite player and to watch at Duke because he used to
Tom
talk
Brady.
shit and he used to
I'm
get it,
Michigan
and
fan.
he used to bust ass. Right. Right.
I never rooted for Tom Brady a day in my life outside of Michigan.
What? Like, yo, I'm sitting there and I'm watching games in this NBA playoffs, and I'm like, because you know, if the Lakers ain't playing, and I'm a basketball fan, so I'm watching these games, and I'm like, I don't have no stake in none of these games. But I say, you know what? Which one of these players went to Duke? Let me at least kind of give this team the edge because one of these players took a Duke. But then I'm watching them, I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. Like Brian Kerr, I'm like, I don't care if he won or not. Jason Tatum, I don't care if he won or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
We always feel like we gotta support people who left who our college teams was. No, bitch, I got a professional team too.
Exactly.
Like you didn't decide to go to my professional team. You didn't talk to me. You didn't consult me and say you're gonna go to there and pull an Eli Manning like you came to the Giants. He didn't want to go to the Chargers, right? We didn't do none of that.
I get to root for Luke Kennard now. I didn't know where he was, and I didn't care where he was. I get to root for him now because he was the Lakers.
Only because he's a Laker. Like, Jalen Rose didn't come to the Bulls.
Right, when he was the Jalen Rose.
He had on red and he got torched for 80 something. But other than that,
man, yeah,
but it wasn't in the Bulls uniform. You know what I mean? Some of our best players, we had Luau Deng. Talk to me, like, yo, one of my favorite squads. I don't care. After the Michael Jordan era, one of my favorite squads was the Luau Deng. Oh gosh, yo. Luau Deng, Carlos Boozer, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, can I be honest with you,
guys, bro?
I liked them when they got Derrick Rose, but I like the team that y'all had right before Derrick Rose. When y'all had Ben Gordon and Kirk Heinrich.
Yes, Kirk Heinrich. Yo, listen.
When they was building that team, I was like, yo, this team was scary. Then they had Jamal Crawford. I was like, yo, that was a scary ass team.
It was.
What's the other dude? Corey Brewer.
Corey Brewer.
Yeah, it was Corey Brewer.
Oh, we had Corey Brewer. Yep. Nope. Yeah, Corey Brewer.
No, it wasn't Corey. Corey Brewer is the one that was that went to Florida. Ronnie Brewer.
Yeah, he went to Florida. Ronnie Brewer. Okay,
Ronnie Brewer. Ronnie Brewer, y'all had. When y'all had that team, I was like, ooh.
Joakim Noah. Listen, people disrespect Joakim. They don't bring up Joakim Noah enough. I'm sorry. They just don't. They just don't.
I don't see how they don't.
I'm a huge fan of Joakim Noah, dog. Like, fuck his shot. Fuck all of that. Like, whatever how he did. He still shot better than Shaq, Ben Wallace, and a lot of other people today from the free throw line.
Andre Drummond.
I mean, you can go down a line of people. Exactly. You can go down a line of people he shot better than. You know what I'm saying? Like, he listen, you talk about a center who was able to have damn near triple doubles.
And it didn't look like he was capable of doing it.
Exactly, at his awkwardness. You know what I mean? Like, we had the squads, though. We had them, bro. Oh gosh. One of my favorite playoff moments was who was it? Was it Ben Gordon? Ben Gordon
against Boston. Oh, you talking about against Milwaukee. I'm talking about when they was playing against Boston and they was giving Boston everything.
It was crazy work. Like, just insane.
They were giving Boston everything, boy. Ben Gordon is somebody that don't get talked about enough either. And I just don't see how. But you was talking about I forgot what we was talking about. It's still so quick how it
No, it's
spins
so
out.
good. Yeah. Because you get into the other stuff. Like I say, like this is like, listen, man, listen. This is what people need to do and understand, man.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
At the same time, like we talking, but we could always go into something else that goes into something else because it all coincides. Like we talk how you when people talk at work, with your friends, with your family. Like this is just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how it goes in real life every day. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not up here. Like sometimes we getting up here, we try to structure this joint how it's supposed to go and all of that. But sometimes you just get into these moments where one thing just causes a chain reaction to the next. Because one name could bring up something else, one team could bring up something else. Because as we know how sports is, we know how sports is. This ain't ESPN. I ain't Stephen A. Smith, but my name is Steven. Oh, and mind you, his birthday's 4 days before me. Other than
Right.
we kind of connected in a way, just to say.
Until y'all, if y'all get the same hairline, then
no, son, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Long hair, don't.
If
Don't
y'all ever get the same hairline, I don't know.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Long hair, don't care. You know who my grandmother is. This is your grandmother. We got the same grandmother. Don't talk like that. Like you see, long hair, don't care.
Yeah, man. Yo. Listen, we can start a family show too one day and talk about the motherfuckers because but anyhow, yeah, man. Yo, so let's real quick, right? Let's go through. We're not in the second round, but the teams that are set for second round matchups, right? Without going into specifics and details, because I know I know I'm kind of pressed for time. So we got the Lakers and the OKC.
Like it. Not yeah. Y'all are finished.
Yeah, I think this is remember how Shannon Sharp used to be like Chris Paul, Logan Paul, Lakers in 5. Nah. Lakers going home. Lakers going home in 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Lakers going home in 5.
You know what's crazy though? And I'm not gonna I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not a LeBron fan and all of that. I won't be completely honest. If Luka come back,
Lakers going home in 5.
Austin Reeves comes back.
It's not enough.
It might not be enough, but it might be. You want to know what it might do? It might be enough for them to battle enough to slow OKC down in the next round.
Just enough, right?
Because you got to remember, and this is what I want everybody to know, what none of you motherfuckers mention on YouTube ever. And this is why you need to join What the Heck Sports at it up. What number does LeBron wear, and what did he start out wearing, and what does he want to wear? Number 23. He's been chasing this motherfucker since 18 years old. This has been calculated, it's been whatever. He's coming close. This is his last hurrah at trying to catch Mike in rings and becoming the so-called king that he calls himself. This is his last chance. And that's what I mean by saying that when I say if he has a full squad, this is his only and last opportunity to do so and putting all his energy and work and 41 years old out there to possibly cause an upset. Because like you said, we gotta hurt Jalen Williams. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen with him. We can only take health into consideration. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we know what that team is going to bring. OKC not going to lose, and now they're saying not. But with a full squad, with
at least they could compete. The
with
part
a
that's gonna
Luka and a LeBron and a Austin Reeves. So that offsets a lot offensively as well. It won't be a defensive game, but it'll be an offensive game.
but the key
And
is, bro, and not to cut you off with that one,
mm-mm.
the key is turnovers. LA
Yeah.
turns the ball over too much. That's what's going to be the key. OKC is going to turn us over. They're going to make us turn it over, and then they're going to score on the other end. That's what's going to be the difference. Even with Luka and Austin Reeves, turnovers. That's going to be the key. Now, if they take care of the basketball and make shots, I'll be one happy motherfucker if they can do that. But the turnovers, man, it's the turnovers. So at least, if anything, with Luka and Austin Reeves, they could compete, make OKC work harder for that next round when they're playing either San Antonio or Minnesota, which we ain't gonna do this. It's gonna be San Antonio.
San Antonio over Minnesota?
Yeah.
No, hold on. Anthony Edwards coming back?
I don't care. They still not gonna be San Antonio.
Wemby's different.
If Wemby's healthy, yeah, he's too different.
Hold on.
Because what he does is
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is Wemby the new face of the NBA?
I would say so. Reason being is, first of all, he is the real unicorn. They tried with Porzingis. They tried it with Porzingis. It was cute for a little while.
A little bit. Cute. Exactly.
When he was with the Knicks, it was cute for a little bit. But he didn't do what this guy does.
He don't have that skill set.
No. He could shoot it because he's big. He blocks shots, but putting it on the floor, creating for others, and then bringing the toughness.
Nigga look like hot sauce at 7'2".
Bro, he's doing. Porzingis was catch and shoot threes. This dude is coming off the bounce doing step back Kevin Durant threes. Yeah. Like, come on.
Hey, listen, you know what they do in the NBA, how they play the heights and shit. Yeah. We're gonna say a legit 7'4".
And not only that, the toughness he brings, that I don't give a fuck who you are on the other end. I'm gonna bust your ass. That's what Wemby brings, and I just can't see Minnesota beating them. I just can't.
So like they say things happen like in the cycle happens every 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Every 20 years, right? So Wemby's at this point right now he's circling around that every 20 years. You know what I mean? So like we're gonna revert back to what we were used to, right? At some point, right? Because history repeats itself. So we're gonna revert back to what we were used to, and the Jaden McDaniels, the Scotty Barnes, the Wemby, the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Stewart and Duran and we might be going backwards in a sense, because one of them scores in the playoffs if I remember it was under 100 for both of them, for both squads. If I'm not mistaken, that was the Orlando series.
That was Detroit Orlando.
Orlando series was under 100.
Detroit Orlando. Yeah. I think it was like 93-78 or some shit like that.
Yeah. So history always repeats itself, but you just need the people with the attitude, right? So we bring in that. We have a couple of people in the league, like you said, the Jaden Daniels. The kind of thing said, I don't care. The press conference, I don't care. Come on, let's go. Nigga said, I got that glow.
Right.
So I got that glow.
Yeah. Yo. That motherfucking boy. He's gonna have to be the one to try to guard Wemby.
He might, yes. But at the same time, like these guys are up for the challenge, even though you're not guarding them at all, right?
Oh, no.
But you're gonna have to. So at that point, that's where coaching comes in. So you got to double, triple, and you have to rely on the Spurs missing 3-point shots because you're gonna give them wide open 3-point shots.
But that's
So
the thing. They got fucking Castle and Fox and Harper.
yeah,
Even Harrison
it's a
Barnes.
problem. Harrison Barnes. Yeah,
What's the other dude? Kelvin Johnson. They got all of those dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? They got those.
So you got the Spurs.
Players,
the Spurs winning. You got the Spurs winning it.
The finals.
Man.
Yeah.
Because let's remind the audience and whoever's watching, because one of my guys I was with yesterday, obviously, you know, like I said, reverted to, he was on the show a few years ago. Blah blah blah. Said he got the Spurs winning it, and it looks like this is where we coming to. We're coming into the Wemby era. The Spurs do have a winning record against OKC in the regular season, so that means they got their number apparently at this point. But we're talking about, but we're also talking about experience, and with experience comes OKC at this point.
Well, experience is only because they won a chip. They weren't. Their experience wasn't. They were bad. Because they won a chip. I don't think experience-wise they were ready either. They just were better because they had so many pieces. San Antonio got a couple of players. Like, think about it. With OKC, they didn't have no players that won a championship on that team, or was even had like really deep playoff runs before last year.
Just more talented.
Yeah, they talented. Like you said, when you look at their roster, people don't understand. They got high draft pick players on their team playing bench positions, players who on those rosters, on any other roster would probably be starters or key contributors to a lot of these other rosters.
Let me ask you a question. They're about to have the
same thing next year too.
Into that. Let me ask you a question into that though. So if you go through that and not have the experience, now you just gain the experience with the people that you have already and you're running it back. So now you know what it's like to go through the gauntlet with zero experience. Now you just gain the experience. How do you stop that with the same people in place?
How you stop it?
How do you combat that with the other people who haven't had that experience yet, who haven't gone through that gauntlet? Like, they don't know what they're about to go through, but you know what you're about to go through. So what do you do?
Well, that's what I said. There are certain players. De'Aaron Fox, even though they didn't win, had a tough playoff series. Harrison Barnes is a champion.
He's a champion.
You know what I'm saying? Luke Cornett is a champion. So they got players on that roster where San Antonio did the right thing, bringing in these players who have been through it and who can kind of let these guys know, either settle down or push the tempo. This is what to expect. And then the only thing I say is, and their coach is pretty smart too. I actually like him. Shout out to Pop. He learned from Pop. Who better to learn from? If you look at most of the Greg Popovich coaching tree, most of them succeed at some point or are still coaching in the league. So I think he'll do a great job. And Wemby takes that matchup with OKC personal because him and Chet got beef. Chet got beef. So he takes that one. Like where he plays at one level where he's just like when he was doing against Portland was kind of, I'm not going to say he was coasting. He was playing his heart out, but he kind of went through whatever Castle and De'Aaron Fox was setting up. He was just going off of it.
They knew. So here's where it comes. Another part of the game comes into.
Yeah.
You know who your opponent is in front of you, right? So I know I could give you this. but I ain't gonna give you that because this is good enough.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I
Right.
know how to take it. I know when I need to give you this.
I
You know
need
what
to
I'm
step up and I need to take it to the next level.
saying? And that's the difference between superstars and stars and your bench players and your role play and all of that shit. This
Right.
is where it comes into play. This
This
is
is
where you
not.
need Anthony
Mhm.
Edwards, but at this point you have a Josh McDaniels, right? You have a Ayo Asadamu, who I'm so mad we lost as a Chicago Bull. I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
Y'all got rid of the heart of your backcourt with Kobe White and Ayo.
listen,
For what? We'll find out this offseason.
yeah,
But
we'll find out when everybody's fired.
so
But
bro, that's wild, bro. And but I do see. I hate to say it because the Lakers are still in it, but I just can't. Even with Luka, I just can't see us matching that energy defensively with them. It's just too much, man. It's just gonna be too much
I
because
get it.
and Shea is gonna offset each other, right?
Mm.
We have no answers in the paint. We can't stop anybody from getting to the paint because we don't have no shot blockers. Ayton is not aggressive.
DeAndre Ayton was not great enough.
He's not
He wasn't
aggressive
great enough.
enough to go at Chet or Hartenstein.
You would have been better to bring Greg Oden back.
Right. Or even the other Jalen Williams, the light skinned one that looked like Arthur from Channel 13. Like even him, like even him, like you know what I'm saying? He's taking his game up another level where do they even miss Jalen Williams? That's why I mentioned him earlier. They don't really miss him. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong.
Enough, dog. They got enough. Like yo, OKC so deep, son. Like it's
right.
Like it don't even matter, son. Like who you plug in at this point.
And they're gonna wind up having
Caleb whoever.
They're gonna wind up having Caleb Wilson from UNC going into next year because of these damn draft picks. The fuck. So that's what I'm saying, man. So that's why that matchup. That's why that matchup for me. That's the second round matchup. I don't see the Lakers coming out of. I've got OKC in 5. I got the Spurs against Minnesota. I could see the Spurs in 6. And then there's only one matchup set in the East Coast right now. I got Philly. I got Philly in 7.
We don't have no choice at this point.
I got Philly in 7.
But Philly and
the Knicks.
Yeah, Philly and the Knicks. I was like, yeah, we got Philly and the Knicks. That's what we talked about. I don't know why. Hey, after a while, you know how I do. 10 o'clock drinking. It is what it is. But so I forgot about the Philly and Knicks, what we talked about earlier.
Right.
But it just came back to me, and my dementia is starting early, so it is. So, but yeah, no, definitely Philly in 7. No, I'm not even gonna give you 7. Not gonna give you 7, so I'm gonna give you 6.
I wanted to say 6.
I'm gonna give you 4-2.
I wanted to say 6, but I live right here in New York. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm from New York.
I mean, you got
I ain't want to kill him like that. I ain't want to kill him like that because
I am.
The city don't feel right when the Garden ain't rocking.
You know yeah, you're right.
If
I mean, you've been there your whole life. I was born there. You're a Queens native. I was born in Brooklyn, but I wasn't raised there. But I could give 2 fucks. Like, fuck them. They going to lose. Philly is. Look, we just went through the matchups. We went through the matchups, son. And Embiid has been the factor. Bro. And we went through it as Karl Anthony Towns and Embiid is the biggest matchups that's going to matter. Who is able to use the ability the best to win the game? Right. Who's able going to exploit their matchups however the coaches see? Who's going to take advantage more? That's where it comes down to. It's not going to come down to Jalen Brunson. It's not going to come down to Tyrese Maxey. It's not going to come down to none of that. It's going to come down to Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just me. That's what I think. That's my opinion. We talked about it, and yes, sir. But we gonna get up out of here. Next week we gonna definitely dive in and do what we do. Mind you, to always make sure I can have.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
But bro, before we roll out, because I think I do got 10 minutes left.
Okay.
I have hit the what the heck.
I got you. And I kind of had my moments already, but we gonna get it popping. So it's the what the heck moments sports part. Ant needs to go through it.
What the heck?
So how you feel today? I think I had mine.
Bruh.
I'm not even going to trip, but go ahead.
Bruh. What the fuck was Mike Brown doing, yo? What the fuck was he doing? Sorry for the language, people.
No.
Most of you that know me, you know, this is how I speak. I just try to be respectful because I know, so our mamas and things, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
They're not watching.
Yeah, right. They're probably at, fake church or whatever right now. But you're up by 50.
Yo, 50.
Why in the first half? Why are your players still in the game? Why are your starters still in the game?
Hold on.
This is a closeout game.
You just alluded to it.
Like, yo, this is a
you
closeout
alluded
game.
to it with the Spurs.
Like, why are your players still in the game? Take them out. Because what's going to happen is they can get hurt, number one, right? And or number two, what happened with Mitchell Robinson and Dyson Daniels could have got worse, and then Mitchell Robinson is suspended for a game or games because of the antics that can go on. If I'm Atlanta,
know what Mike Brown said?
Huh?
Know what Mike Brown said?
No.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Not like that. That's not smart, right? You just don't. I'm screaming at the TV.
No,
I'm screaming at the TV. I'm like, yo, take them the fuck out. What the fuck are you doing? Because if they get, like I said, the game is over. You got players on that bench getting paid millions of dollars that can play this game and finish it out. If you need to, if you need to throw a Josh Hart back in the game for a little bit to kind of give those guys some rest, if you got to put Mikal Bridges back in at some point to kind of give to keep the substitutions and a rotation afloat, because you don't want to kill the guys that's on the bench. But it's the second quarter, you're up by 50. You don't jeopardize the next round. It's over, because you never know. You might have dudes on that Atlanta team that would have been like, you know what? I'm getting ready to.
I'm gonna take him out.
He's not playing. He's not playing next round.
Exactly.
One of these dudes ain't playing.
That's the difference. Let me tell you something, and that's why our era, and back then, that's why we say the shit we say now. Because back then, if you would have had your starters in up by 50, we would have took number 11 off the bench and said, kill him. We'll pay your fine. You literally had people back in the day to go in to take 6 fouls. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Come here. Go get them.
Because it's honestly, it's like, that's why, you know why remember that unwritten rule we talked about last week? That's why that didn't happen back then. Because the next time you seen that team, that's your ass.
That's your ass, Mr.
That's why that
Postman.
didn't happen. And that's
Mhm.
the mindset of why I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, yo, dude, take these players out, take them all out. You got Shamit, you got Alvarado, you got Kolick, you got Jordan Clarkson. Even though some of them are part of your normal rotation, but that's
Yes,
your
but
bench.
still,
Get them in. I will be just fine if I see Tyler Kolick go to the back with a broken ankle. I'll be just fine.
exactly.
If I see him getting suspended because he punched somebody in the mouth, I'll be just fine. But you don't need that from your core 7.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are you
You
doing?
are absolutely 100% correct. I have zero comeback, but I can add, like I just said, back in the day, there was players for that.
Exactly.
There was
Exactly.
people who was making 100,000, 80,000, will pay your fine.
Don't worry about it.
They'll
We
get
got you,
you.
champ.
Go in there, call 6 fouls. We got our guys got to get a breather.
Mm-hmm.
Go. I don't care if you foul out, my guy. Just go foul people. Go fuck him up real quick. And they don't
That's
get
how
that.
Isaiah Stewart became Isaiah Stewart. That's how he became him. Because of stuff like that. He'll come. He's gonna take this game very personal, and somebody gonna get hurt.
Exactly.
I'll lose the war, but I ain't gonna lose this fight right now. Somebody gonna get hurt.
Somebody going down. And you keeping somebody in at 50 is wild business, especially when it's your important players. The game was over by halftime. Definitely was over by halftime. You should have definitely took your fucking starters out, put in your bench players, and let it be what it was supposed to be. And everything would have still fell into place. If you, for some reason, they kept their starters in and they went down and y'all got down by 15, you put your guys in and put them back up by 20, 20, 25, whatever the situation may be. Yeah.
Exactly.
But other than that, there was no reason for other people to come in. Those guys been waiting for their moments. They one shining moment to come in and shine anyway. You might have just found
experience.
Your next fucking guy that could be your 6th, 7th, 8th man off the bench if you would have actually put him in. That nigga might have shined and got you fucking 20. Might have hit 2, 3, 4, 5 threes off the bench. You don't know what you got until he's in the game. But if you up by 50, put him in the game. He's looking for his moment in front of his mama. He's looking for his moment in front of his boys, in front of his girlfriend. It's my time. We up by 50. Hey, boo, I think I'm about to go in. You texting on the side of the bench. And you don't get it.
And that's crazy because, like I said, I was, telling the folks that was watching the game with me. They was like, "Why are you screaming?" So I'm like, "Cause y'all don't understand." They was like, "But what if they start coming back?" I'm like, "Yo, if you playing these guys that's on the bench millions of dollars and they come back from 50, then that means they don't belong in the NBA.
They don't belong in the NBA. No, exactly.
They don't belong in the NBA if this team could come back from 50 and 24 minutes of play because they was up by 50 at the half.
That's what they get it twisted. 77-22.
Like if they could come back from that, then listen here, man. We don't have no
72-22.
Don't go to the G League. Don't do that.
11.
Matter of fact, they got the NIL. Why don't you go back to college and then we try this again, or go overseas or something? But we not. This ain't for you. If a team could come back from 50, who they got on their team? Tom Shepard, who could score 30 in a minute and a half. Like, yo, get out of here, man.
Whoa. What day was that? Was that Tuesday?
Huh?
Was that Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. So I'm trying to find. I can't find it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to see what the fucking the half was. Okay, so it was 35-22. No, what day was that? That had to be after Thursday. Hold on, let's go to Thursday. Oh, there it goes. So let's just put this into perspective at this point. It was 40-15 after the first quarter. It was 83 to 36 at half. 83 to 36. Mind you, in the third quarter, 34 to 28. In the fourth quarter, regardless of whatever was happening, Atlanta Hawks only scored 2 points more than the Knicks at 25 to 23. 140 to 89. That is a 50-point blowout altogether. You at one point, you're absolutely correct, and that should have been anybody's what the heck moment. But we're gonna end it with that. It should have been anybody's what the heck moment, and we're gonna end it with that. And then we're gonna tune in next week, Sunday, 10 a.m. Appreciate everybody for coming through when they came through. I seen y'all earlier in there. Please stick around. Y'all was early in the chats. I seen y'all. We definitely we got some new shit coming, some more shit coming, but we gonna keep it rocking every Sunday, 10 a.m. Today was 10:05, but we had some adjustments to make. So we'll see y'all again next week. We're gonna do what we do. That's it. I'm Steven. Heck, what the heck? Sports every week, my guy. Appreciate you. We'll do it again next week. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Have a good week.
Dum 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 dum.